All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the New Orleans Saints. Shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Kamara, by the way, he's the guy in the backfield right now because Mark Ingram is out for weeks 1 to 4, but that didn't appear to be a problem in week 1.
How many backs do you know that really mind carrying the load?
0.
All right, they'll say they missed their partner and they can't wait for him to get back, but in the meantime, they'll take every carry and catch they can get, and Alvin Kamara is no different. 141 yards of total offense, 3 touchdowns. They'll split the carries when Ingram gets back, but in the meantime, Kamara says, just give me the ball.
Breeze to throw on 2nd down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Robert Alford that time on the great coverage.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. After the interception, here's Ryan. On the screen, this is Coleman. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. From the gun, it's Ryan. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. The quick slant, good for 8 and a first. A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Here's Ryan. Caught on the right side by Jones. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Speaking of Julio, he had a big game week 1, 169 yards. But in the end, almost had that play to win it, but he did not. That's probably what's going to stick with it.
What was it that was said a long time ago by a former Major League Baseball Hall of Famer? It's deja vu all over again.
Yeah.
Well, that's what it felt like. It looked like almost the exact same play. Felt like the same end zone. This time, instead of the ball going...
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Julio Jones. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is taken near the 13. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. New Orleans coming back onto the field. And an interesting note as we were looking over some of the stats from week 1. You know, the Saints have now lost 5 straight season openers.
That's almost... I don't even know how to describe that. That doesn't even sound
good. It's not like they've had teams near the bottom of the NFL.
And you know, you look and why, okay? Well, they have allowed quarterbacks to throw 14 touchdowns and no interceptions in those games. Previously, I understood it. New Orleans struggled on defense, but I thought last year was a breakout for the stop troops. They reverted back to form in this game and to start to win.
Well, he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. And this is going to be incomplete. It was Ricardo Allen there on the coverage. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on third down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it. They do go for it. It's Breeze. He'll let it fly. He's got a man complete. Ted Ginn's gonna go. And he takes it down deep into Atlanta territory. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. They've got a 1st and goal to go at the 7. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. And his throw here's incomplete. Ben Watson was the intended target, the tight end. And it's 3rd and short.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Ted Ginn, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Lutz good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The drive will start with a carry by Monte Freeman. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. On second down, Ryan. And he will find Ridley on the left side. And even with that broken tackle, can't get very far. Stops short of the 30. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. On third down, Devontae Freeman across the 30 to the 31-yard line. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up fourth down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
20. Get up!
Here we go on fourth down with Ryan. He's got Sanu. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
The Falcons on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. From the shotgun, Ryan. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up fourth down.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
They converted once earlier in this drive, but they'll roll the dice here again on fourth down. Here's Ryan. And this is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. On first down, Breeze. His throw incomplete. It was Ricardo Allen there on the coverage. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. 3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. From the gun, it's Breeze. This is caught by Gill. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. And it's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a fourth down.
Kill.
And now before they run this fourth down play, we're going to get a timeout. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. It's a 47-yard field goal try from here, but instead they're going to opt to go for it on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Breeze. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. So a minute 55 to go in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. First down. And he fires one incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones, his intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. Well, partner, of all the great things that we saw in Week 1, unfortunately there was some bad. Quite a few injuries. And the toughest one, Delaney Walker with that knee injury. He's gone for the year.
Yeah, and that's really, really difficult for the Tennessee Titans to absorb because in a lot of ways, he's their #1 target. He may play tight end, but he was the security blanket for Marcus Mariota. He'll be gone for the year. Greg Olsen with the Carolina Panthers, he left the game in a walking boot, but an injury of the same foot that was surgically repaired last year. And then there's some other injuries like Leonard Fournette with Jacksonville, Marquise Goodwin with San Francisco, Deshaun Jackson with Tampa Bay, Doug Baldwin with Seattle. And don't forget Keanu Neal with the Atlanta Falcons. He got hurt, came back, left again. He's gone for the season as well with an ACL.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Clock running, and the Falcons moving with a sense of urgency. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He has enough for the first down on the keeper, a gain of 6. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
On first down, Ryan. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Room here to run. Finding room to the 20. And he is out of bounds, but not before taking this inside the 10 to the 7. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
When big runs occur, sometimes there's a sense that things were pretty easy, and that one carried them down inside the 10. But getting into the end zone now, that won't be easy at all because you're going to face different defenses and not as much real estate to work with. Will they be able to run it, or will they have to throw it in order to try and score?
Now Ryan into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. So after the INT, it's Breeze. The catch made over the middle by Ginn. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Hey, easy. Over.
Shotgun now for Breeze. It's brought in right side by Ginn. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And where have we seen this before from Sean Payton?
That's ambush. We've seen that. What was it, Super Bowl 44?
44.
Right? New Orleans against the Indianapolis Colts. Right after the half, they get it done. I'm so sorry to jump in. I just violated partner and booth etiquette one-on-one.
If you come in with an ambush and you come in strong like that, I feel like it's justified.
My apologies, but boy, what a play.
This is Coleman, and that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Call it a loss of 6 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd and long. From midfield now, here's Ryan. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ken Crawley. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Throwing on first down is Breeze. That is caught at the 7. And he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1. A very solid gain of 27.
Here we go. 5-1. Get set, get set.
Thomas, the lone receiver, left. Now Breeze. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. He was trying to get it that time to Ted Ginn. And that'll bring up second down.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there, because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open. Just a split set. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Saints take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. Lutz to try to add the PAT. Lutz with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Lutz now to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. Nifty move. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. Sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. The Falcons on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Ryan. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And a big 32-yard play on third. To throw again is Ryan. The left side completion to Jones. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. Ryan now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Jones. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 10 more there and another first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Throwing again, Ryan. They almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete. The Falcons on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. Again, Ryan. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. And my goodness, this is incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Saints will have the football back. Well, CD, looking back to last week, one interesting thing certainly was that tie between Pittsburgh and Cleveland. You know, that was the first Week 1 tie since 1971.
Yeah, I think our research told us that the Broncos and Dolphins tied 10-10. And remember, overtime was instituted by the NFL starting with the 1974 season. So this is unbelievable, those two teams tied. Cleveland was +5 in turnover margin, had their chances, and got a field goal block down the stretch that would have won the game.
Yeah, Pittsburgh had a field goal late in OT too, and they missed it wide left. And Watson has it right side. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
And that last penalty makes this third down play a little more interesting. 3rd and 5. Throwing now is Breeze. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
95-56, 95-56.
They do go for it. It's Breeze. Ginn has it complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling.
We always hear about guys wanting to make plays that quiet a crowd.
Yeah.
After that one.
Here in the 3rd quarter, they were hoping to get the stop, get the football back. Not the case.
What a completion on a 4th down play.
Back now here on EA Sports. Breeze now on 1st down. Finds his man, Watson, over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one goes for 24 yards. On 1st down, Breeze looking deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes it down deep into Atlanta territory. And that one results in 35 yards. On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. That's complete right around the 8. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. They'll come out in the pistol. On 2nd down, Kamara. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Thomas, the lone receiver, left. To throw is Breeze. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Vic Beasley able to track him down for a loss of 13. And it'll bring up 4th down. And Lutz puts this one through. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now, because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. but they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
And that is incomplete. He was looking for Mohamed Sanu there. 3rd down here.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Ryan leads with Freeman on the draw. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here we go. It's Ryan on 4th down. Going up top. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And a big